my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the newest film in theaters, Avatar: The Way of Water. So, let's go ahead and get started talking about the new Avatar film, The Way of Water. Okay, so before we actually start talking about the film, I just want to give a big shout out to all the people. Now, if you don't know, when I went to go see this movie, I didn't just go to see it. It wasn't just a normal thing where I just went to go see it with my mom or with one of my family members or with my dad or with my sister. No, this wasn't anything like that. I actually went to go see this movie with my friends because I wanted to do something with a couple of my friends that I haven't been able to hang out with this year or haven't met yet because I met some of them online. So I wanted to do something towards the end, before the year ends, to make some memories and to hang out with them before the year ends. And so I was thinking, like, since it's December, we got a new movie coming out with Avatar, why not go see that with them? So to those people that came, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate meeting all of you, especially reuniting with you. Thank you guys so much. But and honestly, it was definitely a W day. But now let's just talk about the good of the movie. The best thing about this film is the visuals. Obviously, one of the best things about the first film is, of course, the outstanding visuals, the look and world of Pandora. This movie just continues those visuals. It's like as soon as the movie opens after the Fox logo, you're instantly drawn in of the look of Pandora, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And it's like James Cameron knows how to direct this. Like, James Cameron knows how to do visual effects. It's just fantastic. I think another great thing about this film is just really continuing the world of Pandora. Honestly, there's gonna be a lot of similarities between this film and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, because one of the best things about that film is that while they are continuing the world of Wakanda, they're also introducing a new world with Talokan, and with this movie you're continuing the world of Pandora, but you're also introducing the Reef people. And that's another thing I loved, is that they're doing the world building where they're making the world of Pandora bigger, and they're exploring new lands. And it's kind of like saying like in Black Panther, like in the first Black Panther they did water, but now they're going into water. In the first Avatar they had water, like they literally had a waterfall and everything, but now they're actually going and swimming. And I'm like, that's actually kind of a cool comparison, if I'm being honest. Like, you got two sequels this year that focus on going into water, and that's pretty cool. And they established this thing that there's two types of Na'vi, where one is the people that we saw in the original Avatar were the forest people, and then the people that we're seeing in this film are the reef people, which basically are the people that have banshees in the sea, that have creatures from the sea, and it's basically like an underwater Pandora, if I'm being honest. Like, it's really cool. So. And like they even have like little beds and like beaches and stuff like that over the water, and so I thought it was really cool. And then of course, you know, the CGI of the water was also great. And I guess we could also say, much like the other films that James Cameron has did, and for the original Avatar, the action sequences in this film are of course great. All the action is great, along with the visuals are great. And also, one of the things going into this film, I was wondering how they were going to bring the general back, because when I saw him in the cast, I was like, okay, maybe he's probably coming back for flashbacks, because I remember that he got shot in the chest with an arrow. How's he going to come back from that? No one can survive that, and he also fell down in his armor that he had. So I'm like, how is he coming back? So then but then you see this random Avatar wake up, starts punching a bunch of people, and then you hear his voice come out of them, and I'm like, wait, did he just turn himself in? Did he just come back as an avatar? I'm like, what? I'm like, that's kind of clever, and I was not expecting that. Like, you could think of anything any other way, and I would not have thought of that, because it's like, why would you transport your mind into the body of your enemy? It's kind of stupid, but I guess you could say it matches the opponent that they're fighting, because they have the skills, the strength, the speed, all that stuff, but they're still using the earth weapons that they used when they were humans. So I guess that was kind of cool. Oh, and then also, you gotta also talk about the stuff that they did with Jake and Neytiri. As you know, basically, it's been a couple years since Jake Sully has been the leader of this clan. And, you know, they actually start to focus on this story with his kids, and I thought it was actually kind of cool. And even the story with Spider, who is actually the son of the general from the first movie. I thought it was actually pretty cool. And just the establishment of all this was pretty cool. And then also, I don't know if I could count this as a good or bad thing, but there were some emotional. Actually, you know, I'm going to talk about that in the bad, because it's kind of I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to a film that's supposed to be emotional. But yeah, that's pretty much all the good I have on this film. Now we're going to talk about the bad. And the first thing I gotta talk about with this film is that this movie did not need to be 3 hours long. I'm sorry, but like I like the first Avatar, and I think that the runtime for that film is like 2 hours and 49 minutes. It's good. It's a good runtime. But this movie being 3 hours and 12 minutes long, it did not need to be that long. It could have been way shorter. Another kind of bad thing about this film is that there are a lot of confusing scenes in this movie. And it's also very fast-paced and feels a little bit rushed at times. There's a lot of confusing scenes sometimes. Like, I'm just sitting here going like, okay, who is this girl? Why is she called a freak? Is she the daughter of Sigourney Weaver's character from the first movie? How is she somehow coming back? And why is she getting seizures from these underwater creatures? And who are the names of the kids? Weren't they kidnapped by the Sky People? How are they somehow back? What's going on here? Like, it's so confusing. And then also, you know, the third act, like, if you remember from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, like, they go big. They go big with the world. They go big with the world building. And the third act is not really that big with Black Panther 2. It just takes place on this ship. And they do the same thing with Avatar, where you have Jake and Neytiri killing a bunch of Sky People, and you do get a little bit of a fight with Jake and the General, but it's not exactly as big as you thought it would be, like all the other fights that you just had. And then also, speaking of the fights, I should have talked about this in the good, but there's some fights in here where I was like, damn, they actually did that. Like, they were actually able to pull that off in a PG-13 movie. Like, there's multiple times that the Na'vi soldiers, the Na'vi soldier Sky People, the Na'vi people, or the Sky Na'vi, I'm gonna say that, the Sky Na'vi, got shot in the head with an arrow, in the head, or someone got their arm chopped off. I'm like, oh my, got their arm cut, like, flying off, and I'm like, oh my god, like, how did this get cut into a PG-13 movie? And then also, this movie is tended to be like kind of emotional. Like, some people actually, like, one of my friends, like, one of my friends said that she never saw the first movie, and she was actually almost about to cry in one of the scenes where one of the sons die. And I'm sorry, but I did not feel emotional. I was kind of laughing because of the way Neytiri was, like, crying. I'm sorry if you guys found that emotional, but, like, I'm sorry, I could not find that emotional. It's just, her crying was just, oh my god, it was funny. I'm sorry, but, and the thing is, like, my friends were laughing too, and it was kind of funny. And I guess you could say that's pretty much it for the bad. So that's pretty much all I have for this review for Avatar: The Way of Water. Before I get my final score, be sure to comment down below. What were your thoughts on Avatar: The Way of Water? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? What do I do between? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. With that said, let's get on my scores. Alright, so that's it for my scores. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the about section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.